Haley Gant, our next guest speaker. Hello.
Hey, how are y'all doing today?
Good. So Haley is a certified IRA specialist with Quest Trust Company. I'm sure you've seen her around a lot. She grew up in a family of very successful real estate investors and enjoys helping others in the industry. She currently focuses on educating investors across the U.S. about SDIRAs and helps to coordinate the dozens of monthly educational and networking events that Quest hosts and attends each month. So welcome. Glad to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Haley.
Awesome.
Hey, when I thought of this topic, your name actually was one of the first ones that popped up to mind. Because I remember Nathan saying like you were so important to Quest whenever the transition happened, like all the COVID stuff, and you were in way before that, but like what you were talking about and bringing things online and the engagement and all that stuff, like you're really important to that process. So. Mm-hmm. How are you leveraging technology to improve the client's experience?
Oh, yeah. So I have a list that I typed out. So we'll get through as much of it as we can in this 10 minutes here. But yeah, it's really kind of crazy because, if you guys are familiar with Quest, you know that, we host a lot of events every year, close to 600 events that we both attend and host every single year.
What kind of events?
Yeah. And before COVID, all of those were in person, but we did offer live streaming opportunities for those that did want to watch it online that, weren't local to us here in Texas. But I remember when COVID hit and everyone was working from home, I asked, my direct supervisors, I was like, hey, what can I do right now? Because my entire job was all of the events were canceled, right? So at the beginning of the pandemic, we really just jumped online. I was bringing in different real estate experts every single week just to see what the consensus was. What are you doing right now? How are you keeping your business not only alive, but, kind of keeping things planning into this new year that is now completely different than what everyone expected it was going to be. So that was a big adjustment. We moved everything online, and it's actually, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this out there, but the online attendance for our events skyrocketed at the beginning of the pandemic, probably close to 5 times our normal attendees that we would have both online and in person prior to last March. But something else that I want to touch on here that I think is really important as you guys are going out there and you're building your business and you're really trying to stay in touch with your customers and clients is having the ability to easily communicate online and having that transparency online as well. Kind of referring it back to, some cool things that we have going on here at Quest is that we are always improving our online client portal. One of the reasons why people really like to work with us is because, we get things done quickly, but we also have a really nice built out client portal where people can see their transactions, statements, all of that information completely online. And something that we've actually recently rolled out literally just this week is the QTC Investment Hub. So, kind of the days of filling out forms, faxing or emailing them in, emails get hacked. As an IRA company, we are not only always trying to improve our technological processes, but also making sure that we do what we can to keep it secure and safe as well. So if you guys are out there and you are dealing with customers' financials or personal sensitive information, we have really honestly tried to get away from communicating that information through emails. We actually have a catch in our internal system where if I send out a form that actually, say it accidentally has someone's social security number on it, our system will block that email and send it automatically as an encrypted email. So I think those things, as you guys are out there growing your companies and expanding, the online hackers are out there and they are evolving just as quickly as we try to evolve from day to day.
Yeah,
right?
it's a cat and mouse game, and it always will be. It's sad, but yeah, y'all adapted very well. So what about this? So online, especially post-COVID, like we're not going back like before. I think COVID, what it did is it pushed the timeline of evolution of business and how we interact online, maybe 10 years. But this is real estate. Businesses are people. They're real people, both on the company side and on the consumer side. How are you able to still maintain that that important relationship between the consumer and the business, and with Quest, like that actual relationship in a virtual environment, which I mean, hopefully we'll get like in person. They're starting to come back a little bit, but at least online, how do you feel that you're able to build that relationship without actually being there in person?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that we've done is, bringing in the different guest speakers that can make it more personable to all of our clients and attendees that watch our events. I also think something like, I'm kind of pretty decent at this, but really getting your personality through the camera, through the computer, because people aren't in a room where, if they get distracted, it's very easily obvious who's not paying attention, right? So I think it's really important that as you are hosting these online events, you keep it personable, have it where people can share their cameras and things like that. And I think also keeping that aspect of, the community and having our clients and investors that we can still foster that networking atmosphere is huge. And I've actually started, just really out of necessity, a virtual networking happy hour. It's twice a month. We get a lot of investors from all across the US. Everyone shares their cameras. We all have a drink together. And it's been really popular. A lot of people have come back to every single happy hour to continue to meet those new faces. So I think it's really important that you continue to put yourself out there and find those opportunities. Quest is certainly not the only one that's hosting these online networking events. I know you guys do a weekly one that I've joined a few times that, I've met some cool people there as well. But I think that's really important. And also, just because when you were asking Stephen a question, it, kind of brought this to my mind. We have started utilizing Calendly, and I don't know if you guys out there use Calendly, but it's super easy. It's super straightforward. It's basically to schedule appointments and consultations with people. Yeah. That for me has greatly improved my productivity because it eliminates those emails going back and forth. Oh, can you meet at 10 a.m. today? They didn't see the email. Sorry, I missed the meeting. No, let me send you a link. Let's book it exactly when you are available. And it takes all of that leeway communication out of the process. So that is one of my biggest takeaways personally. And that's been tremendous because a lot of my job is doing business development, meeting new relations, having conversations with people to see, hey, how can we benefit each other,
Hey, real quick, so 10 minutes goes by quick, and I love Calendly. We use that a lot. So just real quick, in the last 12 months, what tool have you used that you didn't use before that's just been kind of game changing for you? And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be with Quest, just anything.
Honestly, Calendly is up there. It's huge. We also use Monday.com. So not only has everything changed within the past year, but my actual job completely changed in the last year. We split sales and marketing. I am solely focused on business development now. So, as I'm no longer taking sales calls from day to day, I'm actually building out relations for events that we can host in the next year. Having a good CRM or Monday.com, a place where you can organize that and customize exactly how things are organized, I think is so important. It's going to help keep you accountable. And I don't know if anyone else is a little ADD like I am out there, but I need it listed out right in front of me. If you have your tasks and your current projects all listed out in one place, it's going to tremendously help actually bring those tasks to fruition and help keep up with those relations as you're talking to 20 different people every single week. That's my biggest takeaway.
Well, thank you so much, Haley. I love everything Quest does. You've definitely been important in their growth throughout this time, and look forward to hanging out with you again soon.
Awesome. It's always a joy to see you guys. I'm sure I'll see y'all hopefully in person sometime soon, right?
Yes, let's do that.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Haley. Thank you. Good stuff.